Respect, not genuine love, respect page. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. You know, God loves you. God understands that you may not be aware of yourself today. But God allows you to see another day for a reason. God was patient with your process, so you could become your best self vision of yourself, to elevate, to understand the assignment within the assignment that God got your back. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. Regardless to what trauma was endured within you as a child, going into your adulthood, and you didn't understand yourself. You was trying to find yourself. You was finding yourself in other people at the end of the day, but those people wasn't for you. And God allows you to believe in yourself today, to become your best self vision of yourself, to understand the assignment that there are better days ahead. But you have to understand within the assignment that when it comes to healing, it starts with you, to be genuinely true to yourself, to understand the assignment within the assignment that God allows you to become your best self vision of yourself. When you look at the reflection of yourself, just because you don't understand why your neighbor is elevating, becoming a best self vision of yourself, no need to be a hater in disguise, neighbor. No need to be. But just know that God is working within you. And God is allowing you to become your best self vision of yourself. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. Yeah, your miserable day too today. God's allowing you to come out of that miserableness, so you can be able to see for yourself today, to have self-awareness, regardless of what trauma was endured within you as a child, going into your adulthood. Maybe being sexually assaulted, maybe being discriminated against. You put a name to your book, neighbor. God's going to guide you to better days ahead. You know, when it starts with healing, it starts with you. You got to be genuine and true to yourself. Can't nobody do your healing for you but you. Because it's the inner work that God's going to allow you to sit down by yourself and reevaluate your thought process, to be at peace with yourself. Something that you cry for, you beg for. You just wanted to show up for yourself in a healthy way. Regardless to what toxic behavior was indulged within you as a child, and you thought it was the norm, it was never the norm. The enemy allows you to believe to give up on yourself. The enemy allows you to believe to live in fear. The enemy allows you to believe to get discouraged. God did not install those tools within us. No, he did not. God installed patience within us. God installed self-awareness, self-respect, self-healing, self-control, self-discipline, self-care, self-value, self-worth, self-patience, self-peace, self-love, self-confidence, and healthy boundaries. So you can stand before yourself and understand the genuine process of when it comes to healing, and understand the assignment within the assignment that God is going to guide you to better days ahead, and God is going to protect you, and God is going to allow you to see that you can become your best self-vision of yourself when they overlooked you, or allows you to believe that you wasn't worthy of yourself to show up for yourself today. When they was having private conversations about you behind your back, God heard everything. You heard what you heard when they disrespected you. They allowed you to believe that you were supposed to have this one-sided mindset of toxicness. God did not install that within you. God installed within you to be free. God installed within you to elevate, to become your best self-vision of yourself. God allows you to become your best self-vision of yourself when you choose your best self-vision of yourself to show up today. God understands the assignment at the end of the day. It's not going to be easy. It's a process within the process of you elevating, becoming your best self-vision. It's not easy overcoming trauma. It's not easy what they install within you to be discouraged and live in fear, to give up on yourself, or to allow you to be one-sided at the end of the day. It's a two-way street when showing up for yourself. And I say that respectfully because you got to mean what you say and stay true to yourself, to understand the assignment that God got your back to better days ahead, to understand the assignment within the assignment that, you know what? God allowed me to see another day for a reason. Regardless to what trauma was endured within me, I have to become my best self-vision of myself. Regardless to whatever I saw growing up as a child, or whatever they allowed me to believe was the norm, it was never the norm. When it came to toxic behavior, when it came to being traumatized, when it came to someone brainwashing you, it was not the norm. Because God did not brainwash you at the end of the day. God did not allow you to be stuck in one mindset at the end of the day. God allows you to elevate and become your best self-vision of yourself. God allows you to see your reflection before yourself. When you watch yourself and you look at yourself, days when you can't see yourself in your reflection because you're not in tune with yourself, to have genuine self-awareness, to understand the assignment that you have to start your healing. And starting with healing, it starts with you. And you can't wear a mask when it starts with healing. And you can't have one foot in one door, one foot in another door, because it would never make sense. To understand the assignment within the assignment, to become your best self-vision of yourself, that was part of God's plan. So you can elevate, love yourself, to respect your neighbor. Not to hurt your neighbor, not to disrespect your neighbor because you have controlling issues, because the enemy allows you to believe that was the norm. It was never the norm to go against your neighbor. Never the norm to go against your neighbor. No, it was never. God installed you to respect yourself, to respect your neighbor. That's why God installed self-awareness within you, to have self-control, to have self-discipline, to know your genuine self-worth in a healthy way. To understand that there's some within assignment. When it starts with healing, it starts with you. So whatever they projected on your mindset that allow you to believe it was the norm, it was never the norm when it came to toxic behavior, when it came to trauma. That was not the norm. It only allowed you to stop your growth. It only allowed you not to be able to see your self-awareness. It only allows you not to do your proper self-healing. But God says, I'm going to cover you today. I'm going to cover you and protect you so you can become your best self vision of yourself. I understand what you've been through. But what you've been through, I'm going to heal you from that. I'm going to allow you to become your best self vision of yourself. When you dealt with that toxic relationship, when you dealt with toxic family members, when you dealt with betrayal, when you dealt with somebody disrespecting you because they didn't know how to respect you, or you dealt with people manipulating your character for something that you truly wasn't, and all you were trying to do is show up for yourself. They overlooked you. They portrayed you to be something that you wasn't. Crazy, delusional. Let them put a name to your book at the end of the day. Because when you got God on your side, you're not delusional, you're not crazy. You got God on your back, and you got God allowing you to see better days ahead. So when they can't get into that, God is allowing you to become your best self vision of yourself, because you are the miracle within yourself. You are the blessing of the skies of yourself when you look at your reflection of yourself today. To know at the end of the day, God got my back. I may not understand this process, what I'm about to go through right now when it comes to healing, but I know that God allowed me to see the other day for a reason. And God is patient with me because God allowed me to see the other day for a reason. And I got to understand the assignment within the assignment that God may remove certain people out of my life for a reason. I may not understand it, but I'm not going to question God, because God must have heard certain pointless conversations that they was having about me when I was only respecting myself to respect my neighbor. I never had malicious intentions. I never took somebody's kindness for weakness. I just was trying to stay in my lane and respect my neighbor to respect myself. But my neighbor couldn't respect me, and that's okay. Especially when you don't have malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself and others around you. You understood the assignment within the assignment to respect yourself. To understand the assignment within the assignment that God got your back. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. They can't get in tune while God is working miracles within your life. And understand that in the day, just because you don't got mommy and daddy, or you got mommy and daddy issues, or whatever the case may be, God allows you to become your best self vision of yourself. God closed those doors for a reason. They was only trying to stop your growth. They was only trying to stop you from becoming your best self vision of yourself. It was a temporary situation, and God shows you at the end of the day, you're not temporary to yourself. You're long term to yourself. So you got to do the proper work to become your best self vision of yourself. They may not understand why you're elevating. They're not going to understand why God is working in your favor. They're not going to understand why those doors was closed. They're not going to understand why good opportunities is happening for you. Why certain doors is opening for you for the better. We're not understanding. It's not meant for them to understand at the end of the day. It was never meant for them to understand, because what God's plans for you is for you personally. And I say that respectfully. No disrespect or shade on anybody in the back that feels some type of way. Because when God works in a child of God's life at the end of the day, they're going to allow them to see their best self vision themselves. Being in a toxic relationship, that wasn't for you. Somebody putting their hands on you, disrespecting you when they felt like it, having controlling issues, that was not for you. When they disrespecting you, all you trying to do is show up for them, and all you knew how to respect yourself to respect your neighbor, but your neighbor can respect you, God's going to show you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to close this door for a reason. I'm going to show you your reflection of yourself, to allow you to become your best self vision of yourself, to start your genuine healing within, because you're supposed to be at peace with yourself, to have genuine self-awareness, to understand the assignment at the end of the day, that God got your back. It's not meant for them to understand. It was never meant for them to understand. So when they question you, a child of God, it's not meant for them to understand that God's going to show you better days ahead. No, you're not supposed to be in an abusive relationship. No, you're not supposed to be in toxic situation, and it's draining your energy, and it's draining you from becoming your best self vision of yourself. And especially when they're not bringing value to your life, they're not showing you that you are worthy of yourself. All they're trying to do is they trying to discredit your character from you. That's not what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be respecting you for who you truly are. But they couldn't understand the assignment within the assignment for showing up for themselves, so they're going to disrespect you, to allow you to believe that you're supposed to live in fear, you're supposed to be discouraged, and you're supposed to give up on yourself. But God is stored patience within you to become your best self vision of yourself. God got your back. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. And you deserve your respect. 365 days with no malicious intentions to bring harm toward yourself and others around you. Never allow the enemy or hate in disguise or personal malicious intentions psych you out your thought process, loving your freedom, because you are worthy and you matter. They will try to psych you out your thought process, loving your freedom and your eyesight and your pockets, to allow you to believe that they so in tune with God and the whole entire time, they just trying to hurt you and bring harm towards you and pretend that they so in tune with God. So protect your energy, because not everybody's serving your time. And I say that respectfully. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Love yourself with God's protection. Love yourself with God's protection. Love yourself with God's protection. God's protection for every direction. Protect your energy, because not everybody's serving your time. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe day and have a safe weekend. Protect your energy, because not everybody's serving your time. Now your genuine love, respect. Love yourself, love yourself. With God's protection, every direction. Respect.